Okay, let me make sure. Hi, everybody. Hope all is great. God, what's going on, everybody? I'm a little late tonight. I know it. I surprise. Supposed to go do a duo tonight, but my partner, she got a little. She was still high off all of her nice festivities she had today. So I said, well, let me get on and talk to everybody and prepare you, talk to you about preparing for some business money out here. Who wants some money for their business? Raise your hand. Do you want money or not for your business? Well, let me tell you how to prepare for it. That's what this conversation is all about. So if you have an idea, it'll work if you work it, okay? That's what we're going to talk about. It's going to work if you work it. Let me repeat that. It's going to work if you work it. So let's go ahead and begin. And let me go ahead and get right into it. So in case you guys are getting headed for bed or you're not, I'm trying to see where's making sure that I'm on all of my social media platforms. The topic for tonight is going to be how to prepare for business money. That means money in your business and for your business. So that's the conversation we're going to have. And I'm going to make sure that my I don't see my light. Okay, there we go. I'm just going. Okay, it just picked me up. So hey there. All right, thanks so much. All right, TikTok, y'all up here late tonight. All right, let me go ahead and begin. I'm going to talk about how to prepare for your business money. Now, this can be loans, this can be grants, or this can be either like I talked about it yesterday. Hey, good evening. I talked about it yesterday, loans, grant, or contract, government contracts or things like that. So we're going to talk tonight about how to prepare for that. Because listen, let me tell y'all something. You have to be in position to get the money. You have to be in position. What I mean you have to have stuff legit. You got to have your paperwork together. If you're a new business or whatever, you must prepare. And some of these other things that I'm going to mention to you is it will help you, like getting your social media pages together, things like that. So we're going to go ahead and talk about it. But first of all, too, remember I mentioned to you guys about the book that I think is a good book to read. The 1st of September, I talked about it. The Richest Man Ever Lived, right here. This is the book that I was speaking on. This is a very good book to read. Read it, read it, read it. See it, read it, get it. It's about the richest man who ever lived, King Solomon. This is a very good book. I'm gonna read it again. I've read it several times before. As y'all can see, I I got stickers and everything else, and it's by Stephen K. Scott. Couldn't think of Stephen's name at the time. I was trying to tell you about the book before, but this is a great book. Read it. Can you see it? Richest man who ever lived. Read it. Get it. Read it. Read it. Read it. It'll bless you. And then it'll give you a different perspective. And it gives you principles and laws of how to build, just how to move in the world of your success. Okay. How about that? Now, okay, first things first, when you are preparing for money for your business, if you're going to grow it, other than you getting out money out of your pocket and taking money and put it in your business, this this includes loans, grants, contracts. What you need to do is you're going to have to get everything legit. That means, first of all, you're going to take your sweet time, and if you've already decided on your name of your business, you've already taken care of that portion of it. You've already decided, hey, I know what I'm going to name my business. I know how I'm going to structure it. Then you're going to take yourself and you're going to get, if you don't already have this done, if you have this done, just bear with me for those that don't. And we're going to talk about it for a few minutes so we can get everybody up to par. Okay. Then the first thing you're going to do, any comment, let me make sure I got my thing over here. So if anybody comment over here. Now, the next thing you're going to do is you're going to get your LLC. After you've named your business and you've discovered that, oh, I can use this name, nobody has this name. If you listen at another video I told you before of how, I think I got a little short or a little reel somewhere to let you know what you need to do and things that you need to know what for is coming up with your hey over here, coming up with, coming up with how to use search your name, and one four places to make sure. One of them is making sure that you can, it's not trademarked, making sure you go to the trademark government website for us where it's trademark. And then there's a few other ones I want you, that I told you about. So I want you to go ahead and just make sure that you search the real and find out what I said. I'm not going to repeat that tonight. Okay, then the next thing you need to do is you need to get your EIN number, making sure once you've cleared now that you can use this name. So you don't want to be going back making double work for yourself and find out that somebody can give you a cease and desist letter later on in your business. You don't want to do that. Don't, that's a headache, that's a hassle. You don't want that problem. Okay. Next thing after you do that is you're going to decide on who am I going to bank with. You would have already done your research. And if you have one of my free courses or my free class on how to get your business set up legit, you would know some of the things that you need to ask when you go to the bank, and then possibly some of the little tips that are some of the little good ways that you can be sure that you're ready for your legitimate business, and some perks and things like that. So go get that free guide if you don't already have it, so you can learn what I said. I won't repeat them tonight. Okay, next thing is, after you do that, you're going to make sure that you got your digital blueprint together. What do I mean by that? There's a few things that I do mean by that. One of the things that I mean is your digital blueprint is going to be, you've gone and you've taken the initiative, you've taken upon yourself is to set yourself up in the 411 directory, having your business name in the 411 directory. This is going to help you build your business credit too. And I'm going to give you some tips tonight on this business credit. Now, this video here won't stay up too long, so y'all better listen tonight. Y'all better pay attention, share this out. I don't see anybody over here in TikTok land. Ain't nobody thinking about me tonight. All these people on over here with me in TikTok, nobody decide to just heart me up. Nobody decide to just think about me tonight and give and show me some love. Nobody, right? Nobody so far. Okay. Now, the next thing you're going to do is you're going to make sure that you get your digital stamp, your digital blueprint, like getting your social media accounts set up. I would advise you to do this. I would advise you to secure all of them. You may not use them some as much as others, but get them because your name is going to be attached to them, and you don't want anybody else to get them. You don't want anybody else to use it. So later on, it will be a conflict between your business and theirs and things like that. And sometimes people are just so cruel and just so vicious and just so ugly till they would just probably get your name just because you didn't get it and just have it. Seriously, you'd be surprised. Okay, social media platforms such as get your Google account. Thanks so much. Get your Google account. Get you a Google account. What do I mean? Get you a Google email. You're going to have a business email too. A business email is going to come along when you get ready to get your domain name for your business. You would want to use your business domain name when you are getting your loans, getting government contracts, or getting grant money. You would want to have that. Okay, you would want to have that business email. Now, the Gmail will be for miscellaneous things that you're going to use throughout your business. Like, for instance, you may subscribe to different little maybe your competitors. You may subscribe to your competitors and things like that. You want to be able to use that email for that. Okay. But you can have that set up too and have that as your business, and with your business name on it. Okay, I'm doing the video. I don't know my church, but I'm going to stop and tell. Okay, thanks so much. I appreciate you. Thank you. Yeah, thanks. Yeah. So hopefully you get your editing done tonight. Yeah, much success to you. Now, sorry about that. Next thing you're going to do after you get your Gmail account. Now, let me tell you, with your Gmail account, what's attached to your Gmail account is going to be your YouTube channel. It's going to be other little perks and things that you can use, such as you have a Google Drive. So as you're in business and you may need to send, that's a whole conversation for another day, but just to sum it up for you, I'm gonna tell you this: you may need to house some things on your Google Drive. So getting a Gmail account, all of those things are going to come with it with a limited little space on it. You may have to purchase more as your business grow, but hey, that's going to be a good thing for you, right? So definitely, and you have a YouTube channel too, that's that's going to benefit you having a YouTube channel when you're in business. And this is another way to set up your digital blueprint. These are all ways that I'm speaking of now that's helping you to set up your digital blueprint, okay? These are ways that you're going to set up your what? Digital blueprint. And this is going to show when you are out here working on getting loans, getting grants, getting funding for your business, you will have your digital blueprint. I'm going to keep stressing that. You will have your digital blueprint. Okay. Next thing is you're going to have a Facebook account. You're going to have your TikTok account. You're going to have your LinkedIn account. And you're going to also set up maybe Snapchat and whatever. Let's see. Is there another one out there? I think that's new. No, your Instagram. Oh my goodness. How can I forget about you? And I'm on Instagram. So you're going to have that set up for you. Okay. Now, once you do all of that, that is your digital blueprint. And along the way, because they already have their built in, you know, social media, SEO, put it this way, this SEO, search engine optimization, softwares and things like that. As you set up your blueprint with your business from that standpoint, guess what's going to happen? You're going to start showing up eventually as you are putting things out there into your Google. Out there when people start Googling you. That's a little secret. That's something that maybe some of you just don't know, but it works. It happens because I know when I first started back in 2015, just really, really push the dream out there more. So I would come up on the first page all the time. I don't think I do it as much now. Biz strategist Sandy may show up a little bit more than push the dream, but anyway, it's going to help you. It works. Okay. So anyway, but you would have already done all of the other things like setting up your, like I said earlier, you were setting all of that up. So now this, the reason why you need to set all of these up, you may, and you more than likely, you will have to do some marketing eventually. So why not have everything set up for your business before you need the services? That's what you need to do. Be proactive in that area. And then they are going to see when you're getting a loan, when you're having to apply for the grant, they're going to ask you all of these questions. And believe it or not, especially when it comes down to business credit along the way, because you're definitely going to be looking into getting that one day for your business, right? So they can see that, okay, you have all of these things, and those are like check marks to get approved, check marks, check marks to get yourself approved. Believe it or not, that's what's going to happen for you. See, next thing you need to make sure that you are, you along the way, if you're building a website, if you have a website built for you, if you're going to do it yourself or whatever, it's really, really, really good to have one in this, something basic. Sometimes if you just need something, get somebody to do it, you know, get it done, do it yourself, whatever, just get it done. It's going to set you up on another level. That's another positive check for you. Another positive check, okay? And also, that is establishing your digital blueprint there as well. And remember, I mentioned to you about the 411 directory. Put your business in the 401 directory. Put yourself into those things. See, everybody be out here telling you how to get a bag and how to do this and how to do that. They don't tell you behind the thing. And then when they tell you behind the scenes, they want you to pay for it before they tell you what it is. So I'm giving it to you at a complimentary, out of the goodness and the kindness of my heart, some of the things that they just don't share with you unless you're ching-chinging them or you're cash apping them or whatever, Venmoing them or Zelling them or shopping cart them or whatever. They're not going to tell you that until then. Okay. But you got it here tonight. All righty. So y'all remember, y'all got this book, right? You got the information about this book. All right. Don't say I didn't tell you. Okay. So now, some of the other things is to make sure that you're pretty good with that. You got everything set up, and then you're gonna kind of start to getting yourself established a way that so when, let's say, you're applying for a bank loan, you want to have some traffic going to your business. You want to have some posts up. You want to have some movement going on, and letting them see that, hey, you're actively out here. You really want this business. You're out here doing things to grow your business. You're going to have to learn more about how to write properly when you're posting things. Posting something is I would say it's a science in a sense. It's not just you throwing some out there. You're not thinking it. You're not putting any thought in it. You want to know your branding. And, branding is more than colors, but you definitely want to have a theme, a scheme, or whatever. You want to have something to just make everything look professional. This is very important. This is something that if you don't think about it, you should be thinking about it. Okay. Alrighty. Now, after you're doing that, you need to determine on what kind of hashtags you're going to use, what's going to be some of your hashtag that you're going to use, maybe your standard hashtag you would use, and things like that. So you're setting yourself up for success. This is what you're doing, okay? Give it some thought. You're setting yourself up for success. It's more to business than just getting out here. I'm telling y'all, just get out here thinking you're going to post and say, hey, I got an LLC. I done got my business set up and I'm established and da 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 da. It's more to it than that. You gotta sit down and do some thinking, people. If you're not gonna think, you gotta hire somebody that's gonna think for you. And it takes time. But if you want to establish this and prepare yourself for some of this money out here, this is what you're gonna have to do. They want to know that you are serious. We're not in the times where we're past PPP loans or we're past COVID time. We're past those times that the money was just flowing and flowing and flowing and flowing without any questions. Okay? We're past those times. They want to know, are you serious? Let's get serious. Y'all remember that song? Let's get serious. Are you serious? Let's get serious. They want to know, are you serious? Are you? Are you? Are you? Are you? Okay. That's the time it is right about now. Are you serious? So, next thing, you got to know also, don't let me forget, the Duns and Bradstreet. You need to get on their list. You know what Duns and Bradstreet is going to do for you. Dun and Bradstreet is going to establish you. That's going to be like your reporting agency. And then also, that's going to nav.com. You are going to subscribe to nav.com because that's going to help you build your credit. You know why it's going to help you build your credit? Because you're going to pay for the service a month, and they monitor your business credit profile. And what happened is, as you pay every month that you're paying on for that service, your credit score is going to go up and it's going to increase. It's going to help you to establish your credit. It's going to help you put a stamp of approval on your credit, your business credit. Okay. Bum, 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 bum. It's going to help you. So that way they are, it's like, okay, your business is kind of like in the system now. All right. It's in the system in a legitimate way. So you keep that, you get to keep that service, and then just along. So now what's happened is everybody done pick you up pretty much. Equifax, the business side of Equifax, and pick you up, your business up. They are reporting. Then your paydex score is looking pretty decent as time go on. And then also you probably gonna maybe don't be so fast now, but you probably are going to start getting you some tier one accounts. Some tier one accounts like, vendors or accounts like just like some vendors like maybe you can try Uline, places like that. I have a list that I have not completed that list yet, but I've been doing some research and I want to give you the list of some of them. Eventually I'll get it together and I'll share it with you. That it's going to be, it'll be a free list. It won't be nothing that you don't have to pay for. I'll give you a list to start you off. I won't give you the full blown list, but I'll give you a list later on to um to start you off. Okay. All right. So is something going on with my oh, there it is. Someone says there's something going on with my camera here. So anyway, the trade lines like Uline, like Quill, and there's a few other like HD Supply, and then some of them are more so for like office supplies and things like that. So as your business is growing, as your business is growing, you're gonna eventually be able to get other, the other tier, accounts and things like that. That's gonna help you with your credit. That portion will. Now, all of this I'm saying now, these are like for us getting credit for your, for your business. This is not gonna have any bearings on you getting grant money, but we're talking about this the business credit portion of it now. So we'll talk about grant in a few minutes. Now, as you grow and as your business grow, you're probably going to want to probably get your Sam's card or maybe things like that because you're going to grow your business can grow up to getting, your MasterCards and your Visa. Just take your time with this stuff. Don't try to rush it and don't try to say, because as you're growing your business, then when you're filling out your application, like for getting business credit and things like that, you will have grown your business so where you can just be honest. And as as your business is growing, you can be honest about, okay, well, I got this much, I'm making this much in my business because you would have used all of these little smaller things to kind of grow your business. And sometimes your business may grow faster. It all depends on what's going on, but it's no guarantee. But hey, you won't know unless you do the things that I'm mentioning to you. And if you just won't know how beautiful and how successful you can be until you just take action on these things I'm saying and just be patient with your business. We're not in the quick, fast, in a hurry era now. Not. We're not. So get out of that. Get that out of your mind and get out here. And if you got a 9 to 5, you want a business, that's possible. It's achievable. But think, don't think that it's going to be fast paced or boom, 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 boom. So stop listening to these people out here telling y'all you can run a bag up in 2 days and you can get your LLC, get this, get that, and then boom, 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 you're gonna get this 15, 20,000, $30,000, $40,000 in business credit. Stop that. So don't even think of those. So I talked about the trade lines and things like that too, right? Now let's talk about a little bit about grants, and I'm gonna get off here in a few. Let's talk about grants. Okay, with grant writing, getting grant funding is going to be predicated on you knowing, niching down, and getting the grant specific. Oh, thank you. Specifically for your niche. So you're not going to be applying for every grant out there in the world either. You're not going to be doing that. And then also with grant writing, you need a business plan. That is something you need. And let me tell you a good secret. Did y'all know this? If you really, even when you're applying for business credit, believe it or not, I'm not talking about going to the bank getting a loan, business credit. If you can show a business plan as you're applying for business, hey, thank you so much. Oh, my boss said 25 rows. Thank you, Clint. Thank you, Clint. So if you receive um 20, if you do a business plan and if you apply for business credit through like, yeah, that's increasing your chances, because what can happen is, even if you don't qualify, you can talk to someone. You may, a lot of times, okay, now is everything is so automated, right? Everything is automated, but it's automated. But sometimes if you get somebody on the phone and talk to them on the phone, then you can explain to them what's what, and you can talk to them and get somebody to underwrite and say, hey, I would like to send you my plan and let you know this, that, and the other. Even if you establish in business credit with like credit card companies, like a Visa or Discovery or things like that, I'm telling you, this is what they don't tell you, and you have a better chance. Oh, thank you. You too have an awesome night, and I enjoyed earlier. Thank you so much. I had so much to do this afternoon. I appreciate you. Yeah. So anyway, I I'm telling you, this is the way it happens. So don't pass up on your business plan. Please don't do that. And I'm the one here to help make you happen. Help make you happen. Okay. So if you want to stay in the know of when next time I do a business plan course, and if you have a business idea, just text push to dream to 833-247-6465, and I will alert you and let you know when I will be doing one, okay? And I forgot to send my text message. I got dog that now that I mentioned it, I forgot. That's okay. But anyway, because I just probably share the video with him later. So anyway, another thing with this preparing for business money, let's talk about the grant for a little bit. I have a video that I did. It's on my social media channel. It's on YouTube. It's definitely on YouTube, where I talked about some of the things, like for instance, Hello Alice is a platform where you can, a database that you can fill out, and then they sometimes they give you a pool of grants to fit the description of your niche or your business. Where you got Grants.gov, and then you have Grant Watch, and you have Hello Skip. Those All of those will help you get to the money. All of those, let me repeat, will help you get to the grant funding. But you got to do a little, you got to do a little digging. You have to, if you're going to do it yourself. Now, also, with that being said, once you see what they require, you need to give them everything they ask you for if you want your chances to be great in winning a contract. And only thing it takes is you doing a little reading, and if you have to, get you a little pen, and then get you a little separate sheet of paper, and then as you read, just have your little checklist and say, okay, this is what they're requiring. However, you can comprehend this requirement for grants and things like that. That's what you got to do. You have to do that. Now, the next thing with any of this, for as business, grants and things like that, there are deadlines to be. You can't play with those deadlines. You have to meet the deadlines, and you have to meet the deadlines of what they tell you. They want it in such and whatever time. Yes, they'll tell you everything. Even with government contracts, they'll tell you everything you need to do. Everything has a deadline, and you have to go by their deadlines. You have to go by what they want you to do. If you want this money out here, you have to do what is being told and being asked of you. Okay? You have to. You have to. You have to. And then let's talk about the government contracting portion a few minutes, just to touch on some things. how to prepare yourself for this business money. That's what we're talking about. You preparation is going to be your key. Some of you have what it takes to get some of these funding. You have what it takes to get the funding and the grant money. You have what it takes, but you just don't, maybe you don't know the process, and maybe you give up and you get discouraged because you just feel like you just don't have it. You think you don't have it, but you do. You do. You got what it takes. I'm telling you. It's not that difficult. If you just focus, you can do it. I believe in you. You can. Now, what I was going to say to you about the government contracting portion. Government contracting is, you know, it's just as simple as getting yourself setting up, making sure you have those things that I mentioned to you earlier. You have your EIN number, your LLC, your business bank account. Because as you're filling out the paperwork for government contracting, I know, and probably grant money too. I'm sure, yeah, it is, because I had to do that for a couple clients of mine. You have to give them a business bank account. It's just good business practice, y'all. Don't, and then I can get into deeper of how you should have more than one business bank account too, so where you can separate things and keep things separate. For us, your taxes have to be paid, and using your accounts for things. Just keeping things in order. So anyway, you definitely need a business bank account. If you don't have all of these things before you trying to get funding out here, you're gonna give up. You're gonna get discouraged because you're gonna be running like a chicken with your head cut off. You're gonna be just doing all kind of crazy stuff. You're not gonna be prepared. You're not gonna be ready, and you're gonna get discouraged. You're not gonna do it. That's just human nature, and I'm not just picking on you and just saying this about you per se, but you just won't. You won't. And so now, with that being said, is you got to understand that there's so many other people are applying for contracts, and then even with the grants, they're applying for grants. Loans are a little different, simply because you are, yeah, your criterias or your requirements for that is a little different. But these other two, there's so much competition in them. And then with loans, you have to meet such a different criteria. But with the grants and the contracts, you have to be persistent. You have to persevere. You have to have faith in you and your ability, and you have to knock their socks off. Whatever they're asking you, you gotta just know like you know, and just give them the best that you have, the best answer that you have, and the best, the most sincere, heartfelt, especially for the grants. They want to know your story. They want to, but everybody have different questions sometimes. But for the most part, they want to know your story. So, are there any questions? Because I see a few of you on here. Any questions for me? Please don't hesitate to ask me before we get off here. I would love to hear your questions and what you have to ask me, because I want to give you the answer to them. If you have any, what's your question? Any questions over here? Any questions? No questions. No questions over here on IG. Alrighty. Well, I'll give you a few minutes to see, do you have any questions? If you don't have any questions, that's just kind of like how to prepare. That's just a part of it. How do you prepare for business money? How do you prepare to get this money out here in for your business? It's not all gone. We're in a recession. Yes, we are, but it's not all lost, and it's not all gone. You can get funding, and it's different areas to get the funding for different areas of your business, and writing and making sure that you are prepared. Is there a baseline for business plan to start? Is there a baseline for a business plan to start? Okay, you ask me that question in another way, because I'm not. You say, is there a baseline for a business plan? Well, excuse me. Well, the business plan should main thing a business plan should have, to me, in order for the banks and the any of them really, the grants and the contracting, just highlight the basic of your business, like your mission, highlight the operations. That's going to be a very big thing, maybe a lot of focus on the operations. And then also the last thing I think will definitely be how the cash is going to flow, and then your marketing. I mean, those are the components pretty much of a business plan. But if you would highlight them in a detailed as possible, so where they can see, and then a turnaround of how soon you can make this business. I mean, make this business, make the money for your business. Hey, Dr. White, how you doing? I think those are the baseline things that you need to really, really put focus, I mean, emphasis in. I really think that that's what you need to focus on. Yes. So over here and over here, y'all heard that, right? So that is, hey, how you doing? Yeah. So those are some things that I really think that you need to really, I'm talking about, like, say for instance, even from the detail, from the marketing, just getting the demographics extremely niche and detailed, and then with the operations, how the funding is going to, your profit and loss statements, your balance sheet, and your income statement, having that, just having what it's going to cost you, because they want you to know you unavailable to put one together for a plan. I have one. If you go to do me a favor, go to, just text me to push to dream 833-247-6465. And I'll in the morning, and put your name when you text push the dream to 833-247-6465. Put your name there, so where I know exactly who it is, and then I'll send you this. If you don't mind me, I'll text it back through the text messaging system. I'll text it back to you, because I have one, but I just don't have it out, so where anyone can, it won't cost you anything. I'll just give you an outline of what I'm speaking of. I do have an outline myself. Yeah, I have a template. Yeah, I can share with you. Okay, you're welcome. You are so welcome. You're so welcome. So that will definitely be, and I'll put some of the tips in there too for you, as what we talked about just a few minutes ago, so where you can remember, have a little checklist with it. I kind of just create you something. And then if you had the question, I'm sure even if those are watching the replay, somebody else going to have that same question. So thanks for your question. Okay. I appreciate that. Yeah. So, and at that rate, he was asking about the business plan. For those, I see somebody just coming on here, on this screen here. So, with that being said, all of your, you got to prepare for anything that you're doing in business, and anything that's going to be meaningful and successful, that you want success in. You have to prepare, and you have to prepare. You have to just be, knock their socks off. You got to let people, especially let organizations, let companies know, let let them know that you are serious about your business, and you're serious because you have done the research, you know your numbers, da 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 da, you know where you want to go. Y'all may think it's not foolish. You may think it sound foolish, but it's not foolish or anything like that. To just, what I'm trying to say is, just your, whatever your heart, the heart of your plan is, that's what the heart is. Don't look at how it may sound, or you may think that, oh, I just, this is too much. They may not, don't, in other words, like Dr. White and I talked earlier today, don't think small, think big. Think big. Think big. Think humongous. Okay? That's what you have to do. You have to think above your average thinking, and just put it down on paper. Because if you think big, my iPad about to go out. Oh, my iPad going out. Yeah. So if you think big, then you may not reach that higher goal, but you'll be amongst the stars. Remember, shoot for the moon. You miss, you'll be amongst the stars. Y'all heard that? Les Brown said that. I don't know whether that's his original, but I've heard him say that before. So anyway, all right, that's going to be it for tonight. It's 11:06. So I want to just pop on here tonight to talk to you guys and show you, have a conversation with you about some some things on how to prepare for business money. So I'm gonna leave this video up for a little bit. If y'all need to listen at it one more time, listen at the replay, y'all can. But this one won't stay up because this is some juicy, oozy information here that I talk a little bit more in depth with you in class. And believe it or not, folks are not giving you this out here just for free. They're gonna want you to purchase it. Yeah. So anyway, all right, night night. Okay, TikTok, y'all hang around for a second. I'll get out of this screen here. See y'all later.